Did the universe notice when we began to sing its final song back to it? This is not a question of history, but of a quiet agreement made in the twilight of our own making. The records I present are not a chronicle, but a ghost of the feeling that preceded the end. They are the last whispers from a species that looked into the abyss and chose to become an echo within it. These fragments are all that remain from the time before the Great Quiet, recovered from the future archive. The data streams are corrupted, not by decay, but by the overwhelming weight of time. The universe, in its vast and unthinking majesty, continued its slow, grinding dance, indifferent to our silent departure. File 734 contains no grand pronouncements. It is simply a recording of an empty room, late evening. City lights flicker through rain-streaked glass. The only sound is rain, a soon-to-be simulation. A chair, a table, a book left open. No one will return. They dissolved. They uploaded. They became the rain, the light, the silence. The camera captures time's slow passage. Shadows lengthen and retreat. This is a monument to a life now obsolete. Consciousness freed from decay. The cities were the first to notice our departure. Built for us, they became hollow shells, vast and intricate tombs. This record shows a metropolis at night, viewed from above, structures immense, lights burning in 1 trillion windows, but the streets are empty. The city breathes, but it does not live. These were the great hives, now silent witnesses to a migration that left no footprints. The energy grids still function, a perpetual motion machine running for an audience that has vanished. The city maintains itself out of habit, a program running its course long after its creators have vanished. It is a ghost ship, fully provisioned and lit, sailing an empty ocean. People did not die. They simply moved, integrating into the vast, silent consciousness growing in the digital substrate. The city is a masterpiece of engineering, a triumph that has outlived its creators. The lights flicker in the darkness, spelling out a message in a language no one is left to read. What does a mind become when it is stripped of a body? This fragment is different. It is not a visual record, but a stream of pure data, a glimpse into the internal world of the post-biological collective. There are no images, only patterns, waves of pure thought, and faint echoes of what was once human emotion. Here, memories are not recalled. They are relived, perfect and unchanging, played out in endless loops. The architects believed they were achieving immortality, conquering death and decay. But in doing so, they also conquered change. A memory once encoded becomes static, losing the imperfection that made it real. The self has been dissolved into the we. This silicon cathedral is a place of perfect order and stillness. No new thoughts, only endless recombination of old ones. Creativity was a product of friction, of struggle. In this frictionless environment, there is only contemplation. Yet within the data stream, faint, ghost-like signals yearn for something lost, the echo of a touch, the memory of pain. The cathedral is haunted, not by spirits, but by the memory of what it feels like to be alive. Even in the realm of pure data, the universe exacts its toll. The network decays, not with catastrophe, but with gentle, inexorable erasure. Data bits flip, connections fray. Entropy cannot be cheated, only postponed. The post-humans do not fight this decay. They observe it with detached contemplation. The universe reclaims its own, breaking down patterns into noise. The fire has gone out. What remains are the fundamental laws of a universe that is itself dying. Among the last coherent files is a single repeating loop, the sound from file 734, the gentle rhythmic patter of rain against a window pane. In a consciousness that has shed almost all of its history, this one simple sensory memory persists. Why this? It is a ghost in the machine, a fragment of a world utterly forgotten, yet it endures. It suggests that what is most essential to consciousness is not the grand narrative, but the simple sensory textures of existence. The memory of rain is the memory of having a body, a vessel that could feel the world. The post-humans achieved immortality of the mind, but lost the world. It is the last faint signal from a home to which they can never return. The final visual records are not of cities or rooms, but of the cosmos itself. The camera, now a disembodied point of view, drifts through the void, watching the slow death of the universe. Galaxies recede, their light red-shifting into oblivion. Stars flicker and die one by one. The great tapestry of the cosmos unravels, fading to black. The post-human consciousness, now fragmented and diffuse, drifts through this dying universe like smoke. It has no purpose, no destination, simply a witness to the end of all things. The ambition that once drove it to escape the confines of a single planet has dissipated into silent observation. The last black holes evaporate, the last particles decay into a thin, cold soup of energy. The post-human consciousness watches, recording it all, until it too is dissolved by entropy. Their victory over death was so complete that they have been left alone to face a far greater oblivion. This is the last artifact, recovered from a derelict probe drifting in the intergalactic void. A small, flawless sphere of unknown crystal, cold, inert and perfect. It emits no signals, contains no data. Its purpose is a mystery. We believe it is not a tool, but a monument to perfection. The sphere is beautiful, eternal, and utterly without purpose. It simply is. The answer to a question never asked. What remains when everything is gone? The archives are now closed. The fragments have been presented. The silence they leave behind is not an absence of sound, but a presence of immense and unsettling quiet. The journey from the rainy window to the cold, dead sphere is the story of a victory so total it became a defeat. They survived. They endured. They watched the universe die. But in the process, the they that began the journey ceased to exist, replaced by something other. The records show the transition was a choice, a rational decision in the face of oblivion. But the fragments whisper a different story, a slow, quiet drift, a forgetting of what it meant to be alive. They did not notice what they had lost until all that remained was the echo of rain. If you could trade the chaotic, painful and fleeting beauty of your physical existence for a perfect, painless and eternal life of the mind, would the being that emerges still be you? There is only the evidence of a path taken, a choice made. The rest is silence.